Hello everybody, welcome to Ellitopia Gaming and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. We are back with another Kerbal Space Program live. Now, last week's live stream didn't quite go to plan. Our plan was to head up and meet one of our asteroid companions that were introduced in the latest update of this game. And unfortunately we didn't actually get to actually see any of these asteroids other than from the tracking station. So today we are going to have another go at the missions that we were trying last week. However, again, something that we tried last week, we need to pick up some more science points because we don't actually have the science points to unlock some of the parts that we need for the asteroid missions. So our aim today is going to be to unlock some science points and then send a mission to an asteroid. Now, we used last week the SS Inconsequential 2, which is probably still out there floating around somewhere, but what we forgot was solar panels. And then the second mission that we launched, for some reason, I don't really remember the reasons why, but we weren't able to actually recover the science points. I think it was because we ran out of fuel or something along those lines. So my plan is to try and pick up some of those science points that we weren't able to get from last week's stream. So I'm just going to check the research centre to find out what we did actually manage to recover. Let's see, in Space High we haven't done a material study or a mystery goo or temperature by the looks of it. Let's have a look. Yeah, temperature scan we've done. Kerbin's upper atmosphere, launch pad, and in space near. Materials bay we haven't done high over. We haven't done much of the material study flying at or at space near. So that could be some extra points that we've missed out on. So yeah, we've got some science points to pick up, and they could be quite valuable to us. So, looking at the Inconsequential 2 that we sent out before, we've got thermometers on it, we've got mystery goo, and we've got science bays. Now, I don't remember why we failed to bring any science home. Was it because I don't know, did we run out of fuel and therefore couldn't bring it back? I really don't remember. So I'm just going to launch this and I'm going to find out how far we can get with this and then hopefully bring it back. I know what we did wrong. I know what we did wrong. Right, here's what we did wrong. We didn't pack any parachutes or any way for this thing to get home again. So it was attached to all of this lot when it tried to come home. Now that's just an RCS thingy, isn't it? So what we actually need is some way to detach these so that we can bring it home again. Let's take that off. We'll put on a standard little stack decoupler and we will shove on some parachutes. We'll go for one there. Whoops, not a docking port. Get out of the way. One there. Nice and tidy. And I'll tell you what we'll do. We will rotate that one around and put a parachute there. So it'll probably come down a bit kind of wonky, but it should come down nice and safely so that we can recover the science. That, I believe, is the mistake that we made last week. So we're going to. This is going to be the Inconsequential 3 the Bert and Ernie with solar panels. This time we should be able to recover the vessel. Let's check our staging. We've got all the way down here. We've got all our engines firing and our clamps letting go. Then we've got one set of engines coming off, two sets of engines coming off, lower stage coming off, top stage firing. We don't want the parachutes firing at that stage. We want all the parachutes firing up here, and we want this down here, and we want that down there, I think. So is that right? So we've got they disconnect, those engines fire, then they disconnect, then that disconnects, then the three parachutes. Yeah. Okay, so that's our staging sorted. Save that, and we are going out to the launch pad very quickly today. So here we are, out on the launch pad with the Inconsequential 3. And today we are going to try and recover some science so that we can unlock the parts that we need to get hold of the... what's the parts that we need? The clamp thing for the asteroids. We want the clamp so that we can come up with a decent mission to recover one of these asteroids, or at least recover something. We just want to go and see one of the asteroids. We haven't even managed to go and see one. Oh hey, we've got quite a few people in the chat today. Welcome everybody, welcome, welcome. Just in time for our first launch. Let's get a screenshot of the Inconsequential 3. Hide that. Hello, hide that, there we go. There we go, screenshot taken. And we are ready for launch. Our resources should be fine. We will put our throttle to, I tell you what, we'll go for not 100%, we'll go for 80%. We will put our SAS on, and we are ready for launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition and lift off. Nice gentle lift off. Speed is picking up nicely and we're heading in the right direction, which is always a good sign. Say goodbye to the Kerbal Space Center. 1/3 of a tank of fuel left in our first stage. Coming up on 3,000 metres. I'm expecting we'll drop our first at about 3.5, maybe 4. It's 3.5, so we're looking at 4. There they go. Off they go, and we'll go up to 100% at that point so we don't lose too much speed. 96 metres per second. It's quite slow, but we are still heading in the right direction. There we go, we're speeding up again now. Hopefully we will pick up to at least 200 metres per second before we reach... No, we're not going to hit 200 metres per second before we reach 10,000 metres, but never mind. We are at 8,000 metres, 133 metres per second. 150 metres per second. We're not too far off 200, but here we go. We're coming up for 10,000 metres and we're going to start a slow gravity turn to the east. I'm going to take it slowly because last time we launched, the slower gravity turn was much more efficient on fuel. We are getting ready to drop off our second stage of tanks. Whoops. Here they go. And they're away cleanly, that's good. While we're up here, let's just see if we can get any science points. No target? No. 7, yeah, might as well keep that. Okay, we're at 45 degrees now, so hopefully our SAS will hold us there. Let's get a quick temperature reading. Upper atmosphere, 5.6, keep that. In fact, no, we will transmit that because we can reuse that one. Materials Bay, I don't think it's going to give us enough points. No, it's not going to be worth that, so we'll reset that one for now. We're at 32,000 metres. How's our apoapsis doing? 34, coming up on 35,000 metres. Okay, so we're a bit slower than I would have liked to have been. We're kind of flying a bit horizontal. We need to pick up some more height, so I'm just going to angle us up a bit to see if we can improve our arc. (39,000, 40,000 metres). Obviously we need to get that outside of 70,000. We're not going to do that on this stage, I don't think. We could do, because it tends to speed up once it gets to about 50 and 60,000. We are pushing it away from ourselves, so that is a good sign. So we can come back down a little bit, I think. There we go. 47,000 metres. 48,000. Yeah, we're doing okay, doing okay. Oh, there goes the fuel tank. Quick, dump that. Fire them three. There we go. This should really push us where we need to go now. 50,000. 51,000. Yeah. Okay, so we're doing a bit better now. We've got plenty of fuel in these tanks. Where are we now as far as the biomes are concerned? Still in the upper atmosphere. Good. So we can reset that one. Log the temperature, we'd have to recover that. Okay, yeah, we'll keep that. How's our apoapsis doing? Just coming up on 60,000 metres, that's good. So I'm gonna flatten us out a little bit now and reduce our thrust to save some fuel. So there is 70,000, so we are leaving the atmosphere, we are going to space. Once we are outside of 70,000, I will flatten us down and circularise our orbit. And that is coming up right about now. So let's flatten our trajectory and increase our throttle back up. And let's get us into orbit. Fuel is doing well. Still got half a tank on each of these. And it looks like we are just about to jump into orbit. There we go. Come on, up to 70. It's not the end of the world if it doesn't come up to 70, but it should do. 69. And 70,000 metres. Cut the engines. How are we doing for fuel? Ah, not too bad, not too bad. So, we are in orbit now. Let's check what science points we can pick up from here, because in space near, nothing for transmit, 4 if we keep. Let's keep that then. Did we keep one that side as well? We did, didn't we? We won't be able to use that once we get out too far, so that's fine, that's good. what points will we get from the mystery goo this close? Not a lot, and I think the same is true of the materials bay. 21.4. Yeah, I remember that from last week. We're going to keep that. We've still got this one we can use when we get a bit further out. So that was in space near. So we need to keep that data, we need to get to high above. So we're going to need to probably do, I don't think that's going to be far enough for high above. We'll give it a try though actually. Let's speed us up. We'll take us around to the apoapsis and see if that qualifies as high above. I don't think it quite does. There's one of our previous failed missions. We might have to try and recover them at some point. There's our space station just below us. Right, here we are at the apoapsis, and we're at 618,000 meters. Does that qualify as as high above? It does. High over Kirby, and that's 25 science. So we can keep that, and we can do a mystery goo here. That's another 10 science. We can keep that. Anything else we haven't done here? No, because we haven't got any other science implements that we can use at this stage. But I do believe that providing we can get it home again, those science points will be enough for us to unlock what we need. Just saw a flash of lightning out my window, so expect some rumbles later on in this stream. I don't know, I don't think we can log the temperature from here, and I don't want to waste... I'll tell you what I can do. Yeah, I can review this data, because that was in space near. We can pick that up again on the way back, so if I reset that, try and log it from here. We can't do it here, right, okay, so we need to do it on the way back in. So, we are... That was an ominous rumble of thunder outside. Could be an interesting evening. So we are going to bring this one back down to Kerbin because it has recovered some useful science points. Obviously it hasn't really been very far, but we did lose our craft when we tried to do this last week, so I'm going to slow us down, bring us back into the atmosphere, which I will do here, and I will bring us down quite low. There we go, 13,000 meters should be quite low enough. We don't have the deadly re-entry mod running today, so we should have no problems with the re-entry. Where's the planet gone? There it is, down there. So let's speed us up and we'll take us on our way back in. And it will stop us hopefully at 70,000. There we go, as we enter the atmosphere, which it has done. And what we can do is point ourselves retrograde and use our engines to slow us down as we enter the atmosphere, like we did last time. Let's just speed us up a bit with the physical, what do they call it? I've forgotten. Physical warp. Hopefully, yeah, it looks like it'll be a water landing, which is... well, I don't know if that's better or not actually. It messed us up last week. There we go. Slow me down, atmosphere. I'll tell you what, there we go. Fire the boosters. Got loads of fuel. Off they go. Whoa, okay. I forgot that we were in accelerated time, so there we go. A bit of a panic stations approach there, but never mind. These parachutes should slow us down sufficiently. Let's just hope that we recover all our science this time. Looks like we're going to nosedive in, which is not really what I expected. I'll see if I can... There's not much torque on this thing, so I don't think I can flatten us out at all. So I think we are going to be going for a flat nosedive. Hopefully these 3 parachutes will be sufficient to slow us down enough. We shall see when they open at 500 metres. There they go. What? Surely we're not still at 170... Oh, that's the wrong thing, that's why. 3.5 metres per second. There we go, I can handle that. I wondered why it said we were doing 174 metres per second still. But there we go, 3.5 metres per second. I can handle that. Let's speed us up a little bit. And then we will splash down. And hopefully recover these science points. We're at 50, coming down to 50 metres. .4 metres per second and steady. Hopefully that should be enough for a gentle splish into the sea. Come on. Yeah, looks like we managed to recover that one. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so that's some science points recovered. So let's recover this vessel and see how much in total we got, what we've got now. Okay, so 6 experiments recovered, 66.5 science earned on this mission, 190 total, which I believe is enough for what we wanted to unlock, which is this one here, which was 160 science for the advanced grabbing unit, which is used to grab the asteroid. So we are going to unlock that. And while I'm here, I'm just going to check if there is anything that has changed that we need to unlock from the update. It doesn't look like it. No, I think we're okay there, because I know that, for example, where is it? One of the sets of engines, these guys, the mainsail and the Rockomax, I believe have moved. I don't think they were in this. Oh no, they do look like they were there before. I don't know. Some things have moved around apparently, and obviously they've added the new stuff from the NASA parts, which we haven't unlocked, obviously. Hopefully we'll be able to do that fairly soon. However, we have now unlocked this guy, which has a relatively low mass, which is quite surprising, but the idea of that is that we can grab an asteroid with it. Right, so it's time for us to build a new rocket, which hopefully this time can get us up to go and meet an asteroid. Now, this launcher actually had quite a lot of delta V, which means it could have actually gone quite far. I believe the inconsequential one had the ability to leave the atmosphere, to leave the gravitational pull of Kerbin. So what we actually want is something not too dissimilar from this, maybe with a few extra boosters and things. And we don't necessarily need all the sciencey bits, so that will save us some weight. So what I'm thinking, I wonder if I can save something. What's that? What did we do with that? That's very similar to what we're using, isn't it? I think that's... Ah, right, okay. That's what got the space station into orbit. Okay. Maybe we'll use that then. Okay, so let's go for a new thingamawhatsit, and we'll go with a standard command pod because this is going to be a manned mission. In fact, actually, I don't think we can use a manned. We can't use that pod like that because that's the wrong size, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. But we don't have anything that we can use. Let me think. If I flip that upside down. There we go. Who needs parts that fit? So that's our grabber. Toggle flag. Oh no, we want the flag on it. There you go. Can't not have our flag on it. So that's our grabber and our pod. Now let's bring in the orbital launching thingy. Now that's got solid boosters, that's got liquid boosters, it's got plenty of stages, it's got docking ports there that we don't really need. So let's bring that down, remove the docking port. We're going to want a stack decoupler, and we're going to want some parachutes on this thing. Parachutes. Oh, it's going to cover the flag. That's no good. I'll tell you what, that's still going to be attached, isn't it? So if we bring it... What? I can't attach parachutes to it? That's stupid. Okay, well the parachutes will have to go on there then. Ideally we could do with a way of detaching this, but I don't know. No. So this should be enough certainly to get us up into space. The question is, how far will it get us? I believe this will be this will be the last stage that we use, which should be plenty of fuel for getting us home again. Maybe, I don't know, but we will see. Let's add some RCS fuel to this. We'll add it under here, and a couple of RCS thrusters for there and for, come on, in here. Something like that. No, not one, 4. There we go. So that'll give us some RCS control. We've got parachutes to get us home again. So that's looking pretty good. We've got some struts and things here that aren't connected to anything. Stabilise that. No, not with that one though. Let's go for that. Can go to there, and that can stabilise that up there. And same sort of thing here. There you go. That should make that nice and stable, at least on the way up there. How are we doing here? We've got all our fuel things all sorted here. There's a few struts and things down there. Not many struts up here. Got some there though. It looks like it's okay. So, what do we think? Is this likely to be able to rendezvous with an asteroid? We don't necessarily have to bring the asteroid home, but I'd like to at least clamp onto one. Maybe do a bit of an EVA while we're attached to an asteroid. I think we're looking good there, so I think we can give that a go. I believe all the staging should be relatively straightforward. The only bit that might be a bit off will be up here because, yeah, that's probably going to want to fire, and that's going to want to detach before the parachutes deploy. Okay, so what are we going to call this thing? Let's call this the Astro, don't know. Asterocket, there we go. Asterocket 1. Let's go wrangle us an asteroid. Okay, save that. Okay, so here we are on the launch pad with the Asterocket 1, which hopefully will allow us to rendezvous with an asteroid. Our plan here is going to be to get this thing up in orbit first, then track an asteroid and bring that wait till that asteroid comes in close, and then go up to meet it. That's the plan, but as we know, plans in Kerbal generally don't go to plan. We don't have any solar panels. Let's revert back to the vehicle assembly building. We will not forget solar panels. Okay, so we're back out on the launch pad with the Asterocket 1, and Jebediah Kerman is coming with us for this. Hey, look at that. Nice little smile from Jeb there. He's coming with us for our very important mission to go and take a look at some of these asteroids. We've got our SAS on. We are putting our throttle up to 80%-ish. And we are ready to launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition and liftoff. We are away. This is a pretty fast launch actually, considering the size of this thing. Looking good. Coming up on 1,000 metres already, and we're at 85 metres per second. There they go. Let's increase our throttle slightly. Let's increase our throttle to 100%. Drop down to 120 metres per second, which is not great. Let's hopefully start picking that back up again before we get too far. Here we go, 118, 119. Good. Jebediah is looking more than happy. He's looking absolutely ecstatic to be a part of this mission. We are picking up speed now. We're picking up altitude nicely. We're just coming up on 10,000 metres, which means we're ready to start our gravity turn. And there is 10,000 metres, so let's start to slowly turn over. Getting ready to dump some liquid fuel tanks now. There they go. That's not good. Okay, this has become a don't let Jebediah die mission. Right, let's cut our engines. We are going to be coming back down. Fortunately, we packed parachutes. Right, let's bring the parachutes down. No, come on. You go up there, that's it. There we go. Fired our parachutes. We didn't even get a chance to deploy our grabber. Let's have a look at the grabber. Arm. There it is, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this thing. But anyway, let's put that back again. Disarm. There we go. So our parachutes are slowing us down. We can actually use our engine, which is currently full of fuel, to slow us down too. That'll do for now. Speed us up a bit, come on. Down to near 500 meters. Okay. They have deployed 9.6 meters per second, that's not too bad. So it looks like Jebediah is safe. There we go. Splosh. Oh! The claw broke off. Okay, well, I don't think there's any science points to be had here. Nope, okay, so we'll recover that, and we will have to rectify what went wrong there. I think we need some separatrons to separate the... Oh look, we got 0.1 science. Because it survived the flight, just about. Yeah, we need to add some separatrons to separate these engines as they detach